Hello everyone, how are you? I think all of you are fine and safe. So today we will discuss about the classification of living organisms. This topic included in class 9 syllabus and class 11 syllabus also. Classification of living organisms. Various type of organisms are found in our world. It can be plant, it can be animal, it can be microbes. So lot of living organisms are here, and at the since the dawn of civilization, human beings try to classify them. They get a need to classify them for their betterment, like for clothing, for arranging the food, for the shelter. They had tried to classify all the living organisms. At the very beginning, Aristotle, the scientist Aristotle, had started this classification where the main criteria was simple morphological characters. That means the outer features, the outer characters of the organisms. So basis on these simple morphological characters, Aristotle classified all the plant into three groups. First one is trees, second one is shrubs, and third one is herbs. So on the basis of simple morphological characters, plants are classified into three groups: tree, shrubs, and herbs according to Aristotle. Aristotle also classified all the animal into two groups. One group which has the red blood in their body, and second group those didn't had red blood in their body. These two group Aristotle has classified. But there gradually all the human beings have seen that lot of inadequate over there. So after that, next scientist was there, Linnaeus, who also gave a two kingdom classification. There was kingdom plant and kingdom animal. There's nothing was more, just on the basis of morphology, very easy understand. He just classified all the living organisms into two domain. One is plant and another is animal. But a long time it was continue, and at the point all have understood that we should use some criteria to classify all the living organisms. And they just ordered all these, they just arranged, they just understood that which points are needed to understand to classify all these organisms. These criteria are: first the gross morphology will be there. First, gross morphology we have to see, and after that obviously we should check cell structure. Second, nature of wall. Third, mode of nutrition. Fourth, habitat. Fifth, methods of reproduction. And sixth, evolutionary relationships. These are the criteria. On these basis we should classify all the organisms. So after that, R.H. Whitaker, one scientist, who gave a classification which is known as the five kingdom classification. Okay, here we have to see one thing, that Whitaker follows which criteria for his classification. Yeah, we can see he is following cell structure. Second, thallus organization. Third, mode of nutrition of the organisms, reproduction. Fourth, phylogenetic relationship. Now what are these? Is these criteria matched with the previous standardized criteria? Yes, it's matched with the cell structure and also the nature of cell. Thallus organization means how the organization of cell, how the organization of tissue in their body. Next, mode of nutrition, and fourth, reproduction, that's also matched with the previous criteria. And phylogenetic relationship means the evolutionary relationships. So Whitaker just touch every point of the standardized basis of classification and give a complete classification to us, that is known as the five kingdom classification, which we will see now, that what is five kingdom classification, what he has given. So in the five kingdom classification, we will see five kingdom over here. First is kingdom Monera, second is kingdom Protista, and third is kingdom Animalia, fourth is kingdom Fungi, and fifth is kingdom Plantae. So these are the five kingdom classified by scientist Whittaker: Monera, Protista, Animalia, Fungi, and Plantae. Now we will see who are Monera, which organisms are included in Protista. All the prokaryotes are included in the kingdom Monera. Now in the Protista, all the eukaryotes, not only the eukaryotes, unicellular eukaryotes are including in the kingdom Protista. Unicellular means which organisms have only one cell in their body, they are known as unicellular. So unicellular eukaryotes are included in the Protista. So what will be the example for Monera? Blue-green algae, bacteria, all these prokaryotes will be included in Monera. And in case of unicellular eukaryotes, Pyrogyra or we can say Paramecium, amoeba, this type of unicellular organisms, eukaryotes, are present in the Protista. Now next these three kingdoms are here, and which are all the members of these three kingdom are multicellular. That means their body are organized by lot of cell. Okay, so now how we will divide these three kingdom? Yes, in these who are autotrophs, that means who can make their own food, their autotrophs, they known as the kingdom Plantae. They will be here in the kingdom Plantae. Now who are the decomposer? Decomposer means which organism takes their nutrition from any decaying matter or dead matter from the dead body, they are known as the decomposer. So they collect their nutrients from the dead decaying matter and complete their nutrition, they known as decomposer heterotrophs. And fungi kingdom, that means all those members who are completing their nutrition through decomposer heterotrophic nutrition, they all will be present in the kingdom fungi. Now next, last one is kingdom Animalia. So who will be here in the kingdom Animalia? Those organisms complete their nutrition through holozoic process. Those are holozoic heterotrophs, they will be included in the kingdom Animalia. Now students, you want to understand that what is the holozoic heterotrophs? Holozoic means those organisms will intake the complex food in their body, and that will be digested in their body, and the simple food nutrients will be absorbed in their body cell and assimilate with it. That is the holozoic nutrition process, and the organisms are known as the holozoic heterotrophs. Those will be included in the kingdom Animalia. Example will be human being, tiger, all these things. So this was your 5 kingdom classification of R.H. Whittaker. Thank you everyone.